Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Cowboys eyeing absolutely dream WR solution after NFL draft misfire. If you said this time last week that the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't take a single wide receiver in the NFL draft, you would have been laughed off the stage. Incredibly, that is exactly what happened after the Panthers stole the draft's best receiver in Tetairoa McMillan right before Dallas. The front office deserves credit for not forcing the position. They trusted their board, but now they are left scrambling to find a new starting WR to complement CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys were apparently in trade talks with an AFC North team before the draft. It's unclear how far negotiations progressed, if at all, but Jerry Jones and company have turned their attention to a familiar face. According to Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, there is building team interest in bringing Amari Cooper back to Dallas. Harris noted that a reunion will hinge on Cooper's interest. At this juncture, it is not known if Cooper is open to a Cowboys reunion. It has been speculated if bridges were burnt after Dallas foolishly traded Cooper to the Browns following the 2021 season. Cooper was admittedly dinged up that season, but he still posted 68 catches for 865 yards and 8 touchdowns in 15 games. Rather than keep Cooper for a reasonable $20 million per year, the front office elected to extend Michael Gallup, who was recovering from a torn ACL at the time. Gallup was released after the 2023 season and has since signed with Washington following a brief retirement. Trading Cooper will go down as one of the worst trades in franchise history. Re-signing him won't undo that disaster, but it would be a fitting twist to a relationship that never should have ended in the first place. Entering his age 31 season, Cooper isn't the tour de force he was when he last played in Dallas. However, he has chemistry and familiarity with head coach Brian Schottenheimer, as well as Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb and several members of the offense. It's a no-brainer if there ever was one. Cowboys news: Dallas draft picks get jersey numbers. If you want to buy a jersey representing one of the Cowboys' top 3 picks, you have your answer on what numbers to look out for. With rookie minicamp set to take place this weekend, each will be on the field donning their new digs, but there are still some being worked through as Tuesday comes to a close. That said, 3 have been assigned their number, namely the first 3 picks. 52 Tyler Booker, 1st round/12th overall, 41 Donovan Ezeruaku, 2nd round/44th overall, 27 Siobhan Revel, 376th overall. Note: tap each player's name for a full scouting report. Booker takes ownership of a number that would love to see recent success raise it to prominence as it was once during the days of Dexter Coakley, and the same can be said of the one to be worn by Ezeruaku, once made famous by none other than Terrence Newman and, far before him, the dominance of Cowboys legend Charlie Waters. For Revel, it's about working to compete with the ghost of 2020, when Trayvon Diggs wore the number 27 as a rookie and fired out of the gate with 3 interceptions before changing his number to number 7 ahead of his record-setting season in 2021. As noted, other numbers will be revealed soon, including that of 5th-round pick Jaden Blue, a former Texas standout coached by former Cowboys running back Tashard Choice, the latter being rightfully proud of Blue creating what he feels is an instant full-circle moment in Cowboys lore, though there is no promise Blue will wear Choice's former number 23 jersey. A deep dive into who the Cowboys signed in undrafted free agency. Rivaldo Fairweather, T.E., Auburn. The 6'3", 242-pound Fairweather spent 3 seasons at Florida International before playing the last 2 at Auburn. Over the last 3 seasons he has averaged 397 yards and 3.6 touchdowns per season. His blocking ability likely gives him the best opportunity to make the roster. The Cowboys feel good about their tight end room that includes Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, Spanford, John Stevens Jr. and Princeton Fant. While they'll probably keep 4 on the 53, Fairweather has a chance to beat out Stevens or Fant for that final spot. Dane Brugler's thoughts from the Beast: Fairweather doesn't create as much as I was hoping after the catch, but he is athletic at the catch point and has upside as a blocker that will interest NFL teams. Justin Barron, LB, Syracuse. The 6'4", 225-pound Barron went to Syracuse as a wide receiver but then moved to safety and then linebacker. He had 93 tackles in 13 games last season with 9.5 tackles for loss. Brugler ranked him as the number 27 linebacker in this class. He did not have a draftable grade on any of the 9 players on this list. The Cowboys will keep 5, maybe 6, linebackers on their 53. With DeMarvion Overshown, knee, not expected to be ready for the start of the season, Dallas' top 5 linebackers are Kenneth Murray Jr., Marist Liufau, Jack Sanborn, Damone Clark and Shamar James. Barron has a shot if he proves to be too valuable on special teams to cut. Brugler, Barron needs better consistency to find a full-time role on defense, but he can provide versatile depth. His special teams experience, 949 snaps in college, will pay immediate dividends. Trayshawn Holden, WR, Oregon. He was ranked the number 50 wide receiver in this draft class by Brugler. After playing 3 years at Alabama, Holden, 6'2", 205, played the last 2 at Oregon. He had his best season last year, catching 45 passes for 718 yards and 5 touchdowns. Wide receiver is going to be a tough spot to crack in the Cowboys lineup unless you're capable of being the team's number 2. They have plenty of options already in-house to fill the number 3, 4, 5 and 6 spots. Brugler, Holden gives his quarterback a large target and is at his best on digs and crossers, attacking the teeth of the defense. He stays coordinated in his releases and route entrance but lacks the speed or suddenness to easily separate, especially on the first and second levels. Dolphins trade idea sends polarizing $90 million star to Cowboys. What will the Miami Dolphins do throughout the remainder of the offseason? This team doesn't look like it's going to contend in the near future, so moving on from some of their top players, especially the ones on hefty contracts, could make sense. Jalen Ramsey is expected to be traded, but don't count anything out on Tyreek Hill just yet. After the Dallas Cowboys didn't draft a confident wide receiver to pair with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, Hill makes perfect sense for them. In a recent trade idea from Brian Martin of SB Nation, he pitched the idea of the Dolphins trading Hill to the Cowboys, adding that the rumors circulating throughout the offseason have been prevalent. Okay, we only mentioned Tyreek Hill because there have been rumors circulating throughout the offseason he could be traded. He'd no doubt upgrade the Cowboys' receiving core and be a near-perfect pairing for CeeDee Lamb. However, the draft capita it would take to acquire him and the salary Dallas would have to take on makes this trade unlikely. We can't rule out anything with Jerry Jones, but again, this trade seems highly unlikely to happen, he wrote. Hill didn't have his best year with the Dolphins a season ago, but it's tough to judge him too much. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa dealt with another injury and the offense was brutal for much of the year as a result. He still managed to post 959 yards and 6 touchdowns, but after posting a 1,799-yard, 13-touchdown season the year before, Miami was hoping for more. Perhaps if he got traded to the Cowboys, he'd be that type of player again. And you fan? What do you think about Tyreek Hill's situation? Write to us in the comments.